Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I've been asked a bunch to talk about the rates that I'm using, and I made a couple videos with those, and I'll put it in the description or in a comment or something on one of them, maybe both of them, I can't remember. But anyways, I figured I'd make a video that shows my rates. And then I've also been asked here recently for my configuration on my setup. Now I made a video sometime back, I'll link it down below, for all the components and stuff in my setup. And I'm running KISS. I'm running KISS V1. I'm not running KISS ESCs. I'm running RDQ BLHES ESCs. And so that's the basic components there, but I want to go through the configuration that I'm using on KISS. Now I'm not using the latest firmware. I'm using an older firmware. I'm using KISS 1.3 RC30. And I'm using that because it's just worked for me and I had no reason to upgrade. I'm one of these people who doesn't upgrade if something is working fine. There's no reason to upgrade. If there's a particular feature you're looking for, a particular fix that an upgrade has that you're experiencing or that you need, then by all means go ahead and upgrade. But if you're not, I'm always of the mindset that it's much better to stick with what's working instead of trying to fix it. So anyways, without further ado, I'm going to kind of go through these, and I've got like screenshots of everything in KISS, and then we'll finish out. I'll give you all a little video footage, flying footage at the end from the other day when I was flying. Anyways, so my setup is fairly simple. I basically generally up P on roll, pitch, and yaw, and that's basically most of what I do. Occasionally I will up I just a little bit, or I might drop I a little bit depending on the field that I've got. And then I generally try to keep D as low as I possibly can. So in this case, I've got P is 4.5 on roll and pitch, and then on yaw I have it as 9. What I found with yaw, even in beta flight, emu flight, all these different firmwares, is a high P on yaw makes a big difference in feel. Now, somebody may disagree with me. By all means, you go right ahead. This has been my experience. Just like Kebab says, this has been my experience. Your mileage may vary, but this is what I generally do. I usually up P a lot on yaw, and then I'll up it a little bit on roll and pitch, depending on the setup. If you've got weaker motors and heavier setup, you might need a little more P. If you've got a lighter setup, more powerful motors, you might need a little bit less P, but generally I need more P than whatever the default is. So that's basically that. You can see all the other stuff here. We'll get to the rates here in a bit. The other thing that I do is I make sure that the filtering, LPF frequency, is set to high. Basically that's lowers the filtering. It doesn't lower it. It's not the least amount of filtering, but it's more than default. I think by default it's medium on here, and I think there's an extra high, and then there's off. I've never ran it off, so I always just set it to high, and that's kind of where I leave that. So then we'll go on to the advanced tab. Basically no change on any of this stuff here. I just kind of leave everything alone, other than enable adaptive filter. If it's not already enabled, I think by default now it's enabled. But if it's not, enable adaptive filter. I run props in, so I don't reverse those on this. You could run them out. I used to run props out, and it flies just fine that way too. So whichever your preference is there is fine. But I run in on my KISS builds. Now for rates, this is a conversion, a manual conversion from Bubby's rates, so they're not exactly his rates, they're basically mine, but close to his. Very linear rates, very low, so basically ends up with like in the 400s on roll and pitch, and like less than 200, about 180-ish on yaw. Very, very low. You may think that's way too low. It's really not. You should give it a try. I mean, really, you should give it a try, and give it a try for a month and see how that goes for you. And then the last thing here is TPA. I've messed with TPA a lot, but here lately I basically left it alone. Basically let KISS do whatever it does by default, and that's worked really well. So that's basically the configuration and the setup. And you know, I'll have all this information down in the description as well. So if you can't see it on the screen, it'll be down in the description too. And I will leave you guys with some flying. You guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.